Welcome to the Unaffiliated Creatives Podcast, a show where independent artists can learn from other independent artists. My name is kaeveryday, and each week I will be speaking with some of the most creative minds in the indie music space, trying to figure out what they have learned while navigating through the music industry without the support of major record labels. This podcast is brought to you by the good people over at King Neppy Studios and powered by Red Weasel Media.
JP.
Everything will be alright. I'm a northside. I know you feel alone, them late nights gon' be alright. I know how it feel when them clothes on, they might don't be ashamed of that pain, you better walk with your head. And I know it's kinda hard, but we don't feel that love no more. No, oh no. Hey, yeah, I'm a northside. Know this is my time now. And I know what you're feeling now. Show you when you get lonely.
Thanks for tuning in to the Unaffiliated Creators Podcast, episode number 9. I'm your host, kaeveryday. This is the indie artist safe place, so take off your shoes, get comfortable, and stay a while. Do us a favor and please rate the show. And if you have any feedback for us, please email us at unaffiliatedcreatives@gmail.com. The snippet you heard playing was a song titled Northside from the indie artist OG Perko. I hope everybody had a chance to get comfortable. So OG Perko, what you been up to?
What's going on, man? What's up, K? It's your boy OG
Hey, what's
Perko.
good,
I'm in
man?
the building, man. Man, I just been working, like I'm working on a project right now.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about this project, man. What exactly we talking about?
This project I'm working on now, it's vibes, man. I'm bringing them different vibes. I'm bringing them a different sound, I'm giving them energy, something for you, just give me your vibe to whatever your vibe is, in the car, your workout, whatever. It's a different vibe, I'm telling you. And it's more like for the ladies too, a little bit too. I bring my bring my side out.
Hey, I like that. So you from Philly, so I gotta ask you this question, man. Everything ain't gonna be about music on here, man. I want people to get to know a little bit about you, man. So how you feel about the Eagles' success this year?
I'm loving the energy, you know what I'm saying? I like where they going with it. And it's crazy you say that, though, because I'm from Philly, but I ain't even an Eagles fan, but I still support the team.
I'm looking right into the camera right now because I can't believe you said that. So now I got to ask you some more questions now. So you're from Philly, but you're not actually an Eagles fan. So what is your team if the Eagles ain't your team?
It's funny because I actually like the Giants, but the whole thing is I'm not even really a big football fan.
Okay. Hey, I mean, I'm cool with it, man. I just figured, since the Eagles doing good this year, you from that area, I figured I couldn't, let you go without asking you, what you felt about their success, whatever. So I guess you don't even really care if Jalen Hurts win the MVP or not because you ain't even really a big football fan, huh?
Yeah, I don't really care, but they definitely, they holding it down for the city, but I don't really, I don't get into football like that. I'm more a basketball boy.
Oh, so you a 76ers fan? Okay, man. Okay, I see where this is going.
I'm a Carmelo Anthony fan. We can say that.
Oh, okay. So you a Carmelo? Okay, I got you. So basically, when he was playing, whatever team he was playing on, you was just rocking with that team.
Yeah, you can go from the Nuggets to the Knicks, whatever. I follow him.
Okay. Hey, I can respect that, man. So let me ask you this question. I know this is probably going to sound a little crazy, but what does your morning routine look like?
Well, first and foremost, when I get up, I make sure I pray, I talk to everybody above. And then, I go in the bathroom, do the works, brush your teeth, the normal. Well, for most people, the normal. And then, after all that, I got to go eat some breakfast. I ain't gonna lie. I get some cereal or something just to put on the stomach. And then I just start working, man. I just get to the music or whatever my day consists of, but mostly the music.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you used the word working because that kind of ties into my next question. So if it's not too personal, could you share with us what was your first job?
I never really had a job, you feel me? I ain't never really worked no job, but I did work an under table job, and that's what my grandpa doing, like roofing.
Okay.
So I did some roofing work and all that. So that's like my first job. Other than that, I ain't never had no real job.
Hey, man, that sounds like some hard work, man. The reason why I wanted to ask you what your first job was, because sometimes, people's first job kind of sucks. So a lot of times, you don't want to have that feeling again. So, that kind of motivates some people to want to do other things. So that kind of inspires people to get into music and different things. They're like, man, I don't want to have to go back to that job that I hated so much. So that's why I asked the question. That's all.
No, can I say one thing?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I never, I always had the mindset I never really wanted to work for nobody, because I always loved music. I always wanted to do music. But as I really got into it, you got to put money into a lot of things. So I ain't had no money. So I had to go get some money. Whether I liked the job or not, I got to pay for that to pay for my career. So I put up with it.
So basically what you're saying is you've always been one of them people, you basically don't want to have a plan B. Let's say if the music is plan A, you just basically telling yourself, look, this music thing is going to work. I don't really want to have something else that I got to fall back on. So I got to make this music thing work, and I can respect that.
It's plan A. You feel me? It's plan A. Like, music is plan A with everything. Like, for example, like, my plan A is still my plan B. Say, for instance, if I don't make it as successful as an artist, I still make beats, I still engineer, I still mix and match my own music and stuff. So it's everything I do as far as my music revolt in a way. So in all aspects, I'm in the music regardless.
Hey, I definitely can respect that because I do the same thing. I sing. I kind of dabble and play around with rap, but I wouldn't consider myself a rapper. But I make my own tracks and mix and master my own stuff as well. So I could definitely understand where you're coming from, and you know that it's a lot of work. So I could appreciate that.
Sure.
So let me ask you this question. So how did you get started in making music?
It's funny, I used to dance and we used to dance to party music. So it used to be a beat. And I met a couple DJs, a couple producers back then, and I asked them to teach me how to make the party beats. And from there, I wanted to make trap beats. And then a family member of mine started rapping, and I was kind of looking up to him, so I wanted to rap too. And it went from there, like.
Hey, man, sound like you and Diddy got a similar story. I think he started out dancing, and you see where he ended up. So, hey, ain't nothing wrong with dance. So, basically, you was a dancer, and then you started making beats, and then that transitioned into you being a rapper.
Yeah, but no, I always wanted to rap though, cause I'm from Philly, so everybody rapped, and everybody grew up to like Meek Mill, Georgia had a lot of people, they always rap. So I always wanted to rap and all that, but I was more like wanted to make R&B music, cause I liked the Chris Brown so much. So I tried to dance and put everything together. So.
Hey, man, it's funny you mentioned Chris Brown, man. I'm from Virginia, and he's not right from around where I'm from, but he probably about where he grew up from anyway. It's probably about an hour and a half from where I'm from. So, just gotta let everybody know Chris Brown ain't the only light-skinned cat from VA to know how to sing. I just had to put that out there.
Sure.
All right, so if you had a chance to meet at least one famous music artist or group, who would it be?
Pink. You know who she is?
Yeah, you talking about the singer Pink.
Yeah, you know who she is? She got a song called Effing Perfect and all that. Yeah, she dope.
Yeah, you definitely just threw me for a curveball there. So you got to explain what this fascination with Pink. And don't get me wrong, she can sing. Vocally, she's probably one of the better female singers that I've heard in a while. But hey, man, I ain't trying to stereotype you or nothing, but coming from a rapper, I definitely wasn't expecting for you to say Pink. So you're going to have to explain to the audience why to everybody you could have named, you said Pink.
She dope. Like, she made good music and all that. And, besides her making good music, her music also got me through a lot of tough times as well. A lot of people wouldn't expect that, but it did. So, even if I could work with her, I would work with her just like she's real dope. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta listen to her. So, that's what it is, though.
Yeah,
she's not the only person, though.
Okay. And you definitely threw me for a curveball. But that's why I like doing this. That's why I like doing these podcasts, man. I like, talking to different artists because you can always learn something. You always thinking one thing, but then actually when you get to, tell your story, you find out that it's something different. So I actually like that. And I can tell that it looks like the hoodie that you're wearing Pink, too. I don't know if that's like a subliminal message because, you're trying to big up Pink, but that's cool.
I'm big on colors.
Okay, so that I know this probably gonna sound a little crazy to you. So if there was a movie that was made about you and about your life, who would you want to play you in the movie?
Who would I want to play me?
Yeah. It don't have to be a rapper, so just think of all the different male.
No, I'm thinking of a lot of people. And you know Desi Banks?
Yeah, you talking about the guy had to be doing all the little the skits and stuff. Yeah,
play me. Yeah, he got that energy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you definitely giving me some answers that I definitely wouldn't expect. And of course, most people would get the obvious, Denzel, Samuel Jackson, people like that.
No, see, I gotta find somebody around my character and stuff around.
Oh,
yeah, Desi.
Okay. So if I had to answer that question, and I don't know, maybe I'm just saying this because I'm light skinned. Obviously, if you can tell by looking at the video that I'm light skinned, I would probably say Terrence Howard, and I would just say him because every role that he play, he always kind of play like he's super cool, super smooth, and I think he actually do know how to sing, and he has recorded music and done stuff like that. So and he can act too. So I would say if I had to pick anybody, I would probably say Terrence Howard.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Another person that can play you, that is my guy. Rest in peace to my guy, but PNB Rock like he can play you too.
Oh yeah. We do kind of look alike, don't we?
Yeah, glasses.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about him. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. All right, so this is kind of piggybacking off of the movie thing. So if you could have one superpower, what would it be? You said what?
Speed.
Oh, so you want to be like the Flash?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'll take speed.
Okay, so now you gotta get a little deeper with us now. So what is it about speed that you like so much that out of all the superpowers, that'd be what you would want?
You get in and get out. Poor best friend. You get in and get out.
Hey, that could be taken on so many levels. We're not gonna
get out.
Wow, I don't know. I think I would probably say being able to teleport. Like if I could just be in this spot and then just like snap my fingers and I could just be like in another place, I would probably say just being able to teleport. I always thought that was pretty cool.
Something like the movie Jumper. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, but you like speed though, so you one of them in and out kind of guys.
Yeah, no. See, no, it's a real rap though. I just look at it like speed. You gotta think of the time frame.
Gotcha. I got you.
Beat the time.
Gotcha. So kind of unrelated to that question, but it's kind of similar. So if you were granted 3 wishes, what would you want your 3 wishes to be? Yeah, like if you ran across a genie in a bottle, and I
got you. All right, 1, I want to know if Atlanta's real. It's off the board. I want to know. That's 1.
All right.
2, I'm gonna just put it like I'm gonna just say better communities. I'm gonna just say it like that. Better communities.
Okay.
And 3, the third one, just a conversation with somebody I missed. That's probably it.
Okay. Those are some good answers, man. Again, you definitely throwing me for some curveballs today, because of course, most people gonna give you the I just want to be rich, or I want to be famous, or all that kind of stuff. But you definitely gave me some good ones, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you being open and honest with me, man. That's what the show is all about, man. So so I can't let you go without asking you this question, because I listen to your music and I can hear it coming through. So I just gotta ask you, how do you feel about auto-tune?
I like it. I like it. I don't think it. If you use it, you use it. That's all I can think about it. I really think it's about how you use it, because a lot of people use it. I just think it's about how you use it. Gotcha. Because a lot of, I'm gonna just say this. A lot of artists or a lot of engineers be having like set presets and stuff like that. So if somebody wanted a sound, they can just throw it on there. Mm-hmm. If you can create a sound with it, do your thing.
So let me ask you this question. So do you have songs that you don't use auto-tune on your voice, or do you do a lot of the auto-tune type?
it's crazy because it's not really that much auto-tune. Some of them I got auto-tune, but main of it, I just, but a lot of it, I just put the auto-tune on there. But yeah, some of it, it's majority auto-tune. But the same thing is it sounds the same with it, without it. I just like the auto-tune in there because they make it more melodic. And I kind of like the robotic sound a little bit.
Hey, I can't lie, man. Hey, man. Since you being open and honest with me, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I wasn't a big fan of it when it first came out. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? If this is what, is the trend, this is what everybody's kind of into, I'm going to stop trying to swim upstream. So I did a couple of songs and kind of played around with it. And it, like you said, it actually is pretty cool. I just didn't want that to be where I had to rely on it. It's cool to do it, but then I also wanted to be able to show people that I don't need auto-tune to be able to make, a good sounding song. So.
Oh no, I got some songs without it and all that. Like, I just like playing with it though, most of the time.
Okay. So kind of a follow-on question to that is, do you think trap music will ever die?
No.
Do you think it's here to stay?
Define trap music. Like, what you mean?
So a lot of this stuff. So, not trying to give like a hip hop, history lesson or whatever, but in my opinion, and I could be wrong, it could have started before him, but I would think probably like T.I. was one of the first known artists that kind of, made it big, that kind of started the trap music or the trap. I don't even want to say trap sound, but I guess that's what they classified as trap music. And then it's evolved over the years. So a lot of the stuff that Lil Baby and a lot of the cats doing down in Atlanta, a lot of that stuff is still considered, I guess, to be like trap music. And, right now, Lil Baby is, considered to be one of the biggest, hottest rappers. And it seems like the trap music is just getting real big. So I was just, wanted to ask you, do you think that style will ever die? Or do you think at some point it's going to evolve into something else?
I mean, if you look at it, it kind of did evolve because you got all different type of music right now. Like, some people would confuse trap music and drill music, but it's two different things. You see what I'm saying? But trap music is going to be around for a while because, it's going to be around for a while. It ain't going to go nowhere. It's the same. Like, that's basically hip hop for real. The trap music is hip hop.
Okay. All right. So I can't let you off the hook on this one. So I'm going to ask you this. It might take you a little while to get your list together, but I just wanted to ask you, give me your top 5 rappers, dead or alive, and you don't have to rank them in any particular order, but just give me who you would consider to be your top 5 rappers, dead or alive.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You got my man. All right, you know who Major 9 is? I don't know if you're familiar with it. You know who Major 9 is?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Major 9. Who else we got? Oh, we got my man P&B Rock. All right, well, y'all, some people consider him as a singer, but he a rapper too. But I got my man P&B Rock. You know who Ines is?
Not really, but hey.
All right, Ines, he like an older rapper and all that. He like from Philly. He used to be signed to Diddy and Bad Boy and all that. Long story.
Okay.
And you said top 5, right?
Top 5.
Top 5. Quilly Mills. You know who Quilly Mills is?
Yep.
All right, Quilly Mills. You know who Sue Surf is? All right, but I don't really want to put Sue Surf in there right now, so I'm gonna pick Mozzie before Sue Surf. You know who Mozzie is?
Yeah.
All right, that's it. I got a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a lot. I listen to a lot of people.
Yeah, it sounded like you was about to go from top 5 to top 10 to top 20. So
top
hey,
100.
Man.
Top 100.
Hey, and you came up with that list pretty fast. Like, you ain't even really had to think about it. And I like how you keep giving me the answers that aren't the obvious answers, man. You dive a little deep when you come to this music and stuff, man. I actually like that. So you making me feel bad now because my list is always like the obvious ones, and I kind of struggle with the 5th spot, so it kind of changes from time to time. So sometimes I kind of make it a tie. But just, I feel like we family, man. So I'll share with you what I feel is my top 5 for this week anyway. So I normally say Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, Tupac, and for the 5th spot, like in the past I've said Lil Wayne. Sometimes I put Jadakiss in there, and sometimes I put Andre 3000 in there. So great for this week, So for this week, I'll take out Lil Wayne and I'll put Andre 3000 in there this week.
That's a great one.
Yeah, but those are my top 5, man. I know it's the obvious, but hey, man, you can't go wrong with them 5. Them some heavyweight top 5. So you know. All right, so I got to ask you a question. So if you had 10 times the budget you had right now to dedicate, towards your music and stuff, what would you spend it on?
Marketing.
Okay.
That's pretty much my starter. Marketing.
Okay, so you would take the whole pot of money and put it all in the marketing fund.
Yeah, but different ways, not just like I wouldn't put the whole funding or the whole budget into one thing. It'll be different aspects of the marketing.
I got you. So you saying it would be different versions. So let's just say we're talking about, social media marketing. We're talking about, street teams and, performing, touring, doing shows, all of that stuff. But all of that stuff is some form of marketing. So you're saying everything would be basically towards helping building your brand when it comes to music.
Yeah, like basically, the little stuff they do with like the artist development deals and stuff like that. Little stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you this question. Do you have any concerns with the music industry right now? Like how it's going? Do you have any concerns?
I done been through some things already. You might as well say I've been on robbed and all that, but I ain't really got no concerns. The good always come with the bad, so I can't complain. I've been through worse, so I'm worried about, so much of just the paperwork, like the business side. That's all I'm really worried about. As long as business is good, I'm good. So,
so
I can't really say much yet because, my foot not all the way in the door. Like, I just cracked the door open a little bit. I ain't walking yet.
Okay. So this is kind of like a follow-on question. If you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be?
Our royalties. The royalties, that whole setup, like with the royalties and the streams and all that gotta get like fixed. Just like in some way, it gotta get fixed. It's a lot to get into, but they know they gotta fix that. So especially for indie artists.
Yeah, so you're basically talking about how the current setup is as far as you putting your music on all these different platforms and the whole pennies on a dollar you get for somebody streaming your song and stuff like that.
Yes, pretty much. Depending on the artist level and what they bring in and what they pull, but I'm just saying, just the whole system of that, then some things should be changed. To where everybody should be okay, though. That's my whole thing, to where everybody can come to an agreement. Hey, they should make some changes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you this question because it sounded like you was really about to really start going into it, but you kind of caught yourself and you kind of held back. But hey, man, we family, man. So you can let your hair down and really, tell us how you feel. But this show is basically about independent artists learning from other independent artists about, pitfalls or mistakes or things that they've done that they can share with the audience to hopefully it would help somebody else, down the road that they won't make the same mistakes. So I would ask you, what mistakes, if any, have you made so far in the music game that other people could learn from?
A couple mistake I made was, sending certain people money that was promising, false dreams, or people ask you to send certain things for flights or stuff like that. And then, they block you or they never get back or stuff like that. Can't really do much. They all the way across the city. But, I just say as far as if anybody offering you anything or they telling you they got something for you, but they asking you to pay for it 9 times out of 10, it's not real. They just try and get you. So I just say don't fall for them false, deals or whatever they trying to sell you. Just know if they, I just look like this. If a record label wanted you, they wouldn't want you to pay if they wanted you. That's all I'm looking at it like.
Hey, man, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to be honest. I actually almost fell for one, too. So I basically call those like music scams. Let's just call it what it is. But when I first started to get back and get serious about this game and I started recording music or whatever, and I'm pretty sure this is basically what you're talking about. I got one of those kind of generic emails and you will realize it is generic because after a while you will get another one and it'll just be a different company, but it's worded basically the same. And they were saying, hey, man, we love your music. We want you to come out to, I think it was out of LA. I want you to come out to LA and we want to sit down with our people and we want to talk about, your music, The only reason why I knew it was kind of odd was because, and then you kind of just hinted to it, if they really wanted me, why am I having to pay for an airplane ticket? And then they say, oh, but when you come out here, we'll, talk about, what we can do to try to, either refund you that money back or get you your money back. But I was like, well, if you want me, then all of that stuff should be paid for up front. So I was like, nah, this don't sound right. So I reached out to a couple other people, other artists in the game, I guess, that I trusted or I figured that might have some knowledge of this. And they was all saying, nah, that don't sound right. That sounds like a scam. So, yeah.
Yeah, I done lost more than like $3,000 in situations. And like a lot of artists know, like as us as artists, especially upcoming artists, independent artists, when stuff like that happen, or if we do get in that type of situation, that joint can put you like in a deep, dark place. Like it make you not want to do a lot of stuff no more. But I just say, like, if something do happen, God forbid on anybody, them type of things happen. But if anything do happen, but just keep going, and just, you got to figure it out. But don't fall for the little stuff. I just look at it like that. It's a lot of little schemes they got going on. And the crazy thing is how one person had got me with the Live Nation thing. Even Live Nation just stopped emailing me back about it. They talking about the representative. It was just a big situation that, just got effed over. But they used the whole Live Nation Cash App or whatever. At least I thought it was a Live Nation for it, And the paperwork, like the way the paperwork came through, you would have thought like it was fine print. It didn't even say nothing. You would have thought it was fine print. It was crazy.
Hey, I can't lie, man. If I lost that kind of money dealing with some music scams, man, I probably, look, man, all this stuff you see around me right now would have been gone. I'm selling these headphones. I'm selling this microphone. I'm selling this popper stopper. Everything would have been gone. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm going to have to figure something else out, man, because I would have just felt totally deflated. But I appreciate, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but the fact that you went through that and you still got the passion and the drive to want to keep, making music and making songs, and you just like, look, I don't care what happens, I'm going to keep going until I make it, says a lot about you, man, and the kind of person you are, man, so.
For sure. It do hurt and all that stuff like that when you get let down in different ways, though. By the end of the day, once a couple weeks pass, you got to look at it like, it's part of the journey. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. But, if you give up now, what's the use of doing it?
All right. So this is the last one I got for you, man, and I'm going to let you get back to making music or whatever you want to do today. Tell the audience where they can find you online, give us all of your social media tags and all that stuff so they can go out and find you and really start getting into your music.
Hey, man, y'all can find me on, first of all, everything, OG Perko, OGPERKO. Find me on everything under the same name on YouTube, Spotify, all platforms, all streaming platforms. And like I said earlier, I got a project coming out. And I got some visuals dropping too. So all that is just coming on the way, and we working. It's a journey.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come on the podcast, man. And you'll be hearing from me soon.
For sure, yo. I'll be here. Same thing, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.
All right.